Hello, this is Lucas, and in this video I'm going to be going over numbers in JavaScript. So we went over before how we can write numbers in JavaScript. So for example, let's say we have a let, we can name it something like billion, and then we can equal that to a billion. Okay, so now this variable billion is equal to the number billion. But another way that we can do this is we can do a let, I'll just do billion1 is equal to, and then we can separate them with the underscore. So then we can do this. This just acts as a comma, basically. Right, and this will just do the exact same thing. What we can do is we can do console.log just to log this, just so we can see. Log, and then we'll just put in billion1. Okay. Let's quickly go over to our console. You can see that we get a billion. So this just acts as another way that we can write 1 billion with the commas. Okay, just like this. Just instead of commas, we use the underscore. Okay. Now another way that we can actually write this is, let's change this one here. Right, we can set this number to 1E9, and what 1E9 means is it's basically 1 billion. It's 1 and 9 zeros. So the 1 that we have, so it's 1, and then we have 9 zeros after. Okay, and then this will also just print out 1 billion. Go back to our page, refresh this, and you can see 1E9 also prints out 1 billion. Now if you change this value to something like, let's say 1.5 E9, what this means is it's going to be 1 followed by 9 zeros, but the very first zero is 5. So this here is going to be 5. Okay, so 9 is the amount of numbers after the 1. So for example, we have 1.5, so we have 1 here, and then it's going to be followed by 9 zeros, but the very first zero is a 5. Okay, so that's the way that works. So we can use this method to write very big numbers. So for example, like we can have something like 20 here, so then this is going to be a very big number, as you can see. But we can also write very small numbers as well. So let's just remove all this. Let's do let, and let's just name this small number. I don't know, small num. We can equal this to, firstly let's just do 0.00001. Okay, and this will just print out, or this will just store this number into here. But there is another way that we can write this. So for example, what we can do is we can do 1 e, then we can give any value. So let's say we do -6. Okay, just beforehand, whenever we done the thing with the billion, we didn't have the minus. So what this means is it's going to be 1 followed by 6 zeros. But now what this means, when we have a minus, means that there are going to be 6 zeros. Okay, 6 zeros to the left from the 1. Okay, so it's the same thing. We can do something like console.log again. We can write in small num, and we will see the output now, as it's a small number. We have 1e minus 6, so this 1 will be placed at the very back, and this is the amount of zeros that we need, so it's going to be 6. Okay. Now we can also set hex, binary, and octal numbers as well. So for example, let's just do we'll do x. We can equal this to, and we can do something like 0, x, and then we can do like ff. And this here is just a hex value for 255. Okay. Then we can also do binary as well. So let's just do let by is equal to, and we can do, so it'll be 0b, and then it'll be the binary number. So if we do 1111 1111, this is also going to be 255 in binary. And then finally in octal as well, we can do that as well. So that we do let z is equal to 0o. Okay, so you can see that these change. So for x it's hex, for b is binary, and then for o it's octal. and we can do 377. And just like the other ones, this is the octal value for 255. Now I'm going to go over a couple of methods that we can use with numbers. So the very first one is a way that we can round up. Okay, so let's say, for instance, say we have a number and it's 1.23456, and we want to round this up to its second digit. Okay, so we just want 1.23. So the way we can do that is, so we'll create a new one. We'll just do rounded equal this to, and then we'll do mat.round. Now in brackets here, we'll put in a number, so it's num. Then we will multiply this by 100, and then we will divide this by another 100. Okay, and the way this actually works is basically we input the number, so it's 1.23456. Okay, and then we multiply that by 100, so then this becomes 123.456. Okay, this is what happens in here, and then we round it up, so this will then become 123, and then we just divide that by 100. So then finally the answer that we get is 1.23. Okay, so that's how we can round up to the second digit. Obviously, if you want to round up to the third one, you just need to increase the 100 to 1000, and then the answer to this will be 234. Okay. Now there is actually an easier way to do this. So this is the first method of doing it, but then we also have a second method. This is a little bit easier. So all we have to do is we'll start in lets, and we'll do rounded 2. So this is our second way of doing it, and then we can just equal this to. So we want to call the number that we want to round up. So it's num. Okay, so we'll do num dot to fixed, and in brackets how many digits do we want it to round up. So if we do 1, for example, then the answer that will be returned is 1.2. Okay, if we change this to 2, well then the answer here will be 1.23, and so on. If we change this to 3, then it'll be 1.234, and so on, just like that. You can also actually set an infinity number as well. So an infinity number is basically, let's just do let infinity. We can equal this to 1e500, and this here will just return infinity. Okay, this 1e500, because all this means is it's 1 followed by 500 zeros, but in JavaScript this just means it's infinity. A couple of other useful math functions that we can also use. So we can do a let, and we can set a random number by just doing equal that to mat.random, and this here will just generate any random number at all just by doing this. Okay, any number will be set over here, but by doing this we will just select, or we will randomly get a number from 0 to 1, but not including 1. So it's going to be like 0.9999999. Okay, so this will just pick a random number between these two values here. We can also use the another two. So we can do something like, let's do we'll do max. Okay, we'll do max. We can equal this to a mat.max, and all we're going to do here is we're going to get the maximum number from the number that we pass in. So if we have like a few numbers here, let's see, we have minus 20, 29. This will just get the maximum number, so this will just print out 17. Okay, then we can also have a min. Let min is equal to mat.min. This just works in the exact same way. If we have some random numbers, this will just get the smallest one, which is 3. Okay, Next one that is kind of useful is the power. So we can just do like I'll just do power, and we can equal this to math.pow, and this would just get the power of the two numbers. So it'd be 2 to the power of 10, for example, and 2 to the power of 10 is 1024. Okay, so there's just a couple of useful functions for the number classes. So that's about it for this video. I hope this video was useful. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.